Hello there, welcome to CoreTV News on the hour. I am Gift or Gete. In spite of the opposition mounted by some northern senators, Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima is backing plans to extend emergency rule in the three northeast Nigerian states. Shettima made the state government's decision known in a statement through his media aide Issa Gusau. He said he had no doubt about the sincerity of President Goodluck Jonathan, but wants the military to do more to turn the tide against the insurgents. The governor ordered that the safety of Borno people and their continued existence are more paramount to him than being in power. Meanwhile, some prominent Nigerians, led by elder statesman Edwin Clark, are demanding that President Goodluck Jonathan declare a full-scale emergency rule in all three northeastern states ravaged by Boko Haram. Members, Congress for Equality and Change, said at a news conference in Abuja that it would be better to appoint military administrators for the states rather than extend the state of emergency. The call is coming a day after Jonathan sought to extend emergency rule in Adamawa, Borno and Yobe states for the third time since May last year. Pa Samuel has the details.
Following the upsurge in Boko Haram activities in the northeast, these elder statesmen have taken a position which they think will bring the crisis to an end. Not many of them had believed that the activities of the Islamic sect will rise to this level. But now they say the government should do the needful to stop Boko Haram.
Relenting upsurge of terrorist acts and resurgence of suicide bombers that continue to claim the lives of innocent Nigerians. The meeting, while deeply feeling the pains of innocent Nigerians who have become victims of the unfortunate terrorist crisis, view the operational tactics to call on President Goodluck Jonathan, GCFR, to declare a full-scale state of emergency in the states of Adamawa, Yobe, and Borno, to bring to an end the intractable activities of the insurgents. To this end, the meeting recommends the appointment of military administrators to take charge of the affected states, to call on the Nigerian Armed Forces to adopt more effective tactics aimed at curtailing and ending the activities of the insurgents, and to preserve the image and dignity of the armed forces.
This is one position that many Nigerians, especially those in the opposition, are opposed to because of fears that it could confer some advantage on the PDP. But these influential leaders say the major consideration should be on pushing out the insurgents from the territories they seized in recent weeks.
All we are saying is that there should be a total state of emergency, not only in Adamawa, Yobe, and Borno, where a senior military or retired military officer will be appointed until the war is over, who will be communicating with Mr. President directly, and not through a state governor. That's what we are saying about.
The group also does not seem bothered with the presence of a strong opposition party and the problem it poses for the second-term bid of President Jonathan. It is, however, concerned over recent utterances by APC leaders, which they described as unpatriotic.
The reckless utterances of the opposition APC party, which tactics of attempting to profit from a national calamity, shows despicable height of insensitivity and lack of patriotism. To call on the opposition political parties, particularly the APC, to be much more civilized and patriotic in their approach to articulating on public issues, where such issues border on national interest, security, and national unity. No party in power would be spared the agony and pains of the current terrorism Nigerians are faced with, except, of course, only if you are an apologist or a sympathizer or a sponsor.
As the 2015 election inches closer, this group of influential leaders have left no doubt about where their allegiance stands. They, however, want less of inflammatory utterances that could further hit the polity. They also want the military authorities to adopt more effective tactics to stop the rampaging insurgents. Pa Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka has described efforts by the federal government at rescuing the abducted Chibok girls and approach to the fight against Boko Haram as poor. Soyinka, who spoke at the 28th convocation ceremony of the University of Ibadan, admonished the federal government to do more in order to stop embarrassing the nation.
We're sitting here under a cloud of a sense of impotence, of déjà vu, of what you might say, of a calamity that was not without notice, and whose myriad causes are quite discernible. This cloud is made up, as I said, of a sense of humiliation. We sent our children out on an errand, and they did not come back. The errand on which we sent them is what we're celebrating today. This is what creates this festive atmosphere. But our protagonists are your protagonists. When, on that errand, we gather them together in preparation for this day, and they never came back. It is something we cannot allow ourselves to forget. They ask whatever. We're dealing with the monstrosities that repudiates even the pursuit of all these HMEs towards the enlightenment of the mind. Yet, had a leadership which kept saying, oh, please talk to us. Let us negotiate. Talk to us. What do you want? What is it you need? We will supply it to you. Come to the table. You've been offended. We'll try and make amends. Please forgive and forget.
Nigeria's leading opposition party, the All Progressives Congress, has inaugurated a 22-man National Convention Committee headed by former Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi. The committee, which was inaugurated by party chairman John Odige Oyegun, also has representatives of all the presidential aspirants as non-voting members. Speaking at the brief event in Abuja, the APC chairman said the Fayemi-led committee would set out to prove that the party is the home of internal democracy. It also described the committee chairman as a man of integrity.
Like I said, we'll have at least about 3-5 other names. And in our discussions before we came in here, it was agreed that His Excellency Alhaji Kawu Baraje should act as deputy to our chairman here for this exercise. So the ball is in your court. The party has put in your hands one of the most critical assignments in the process towards our providing and producing the next president of this great nation.
This is an assignment that is onerous, that is going to be tasking, that is going to require all of our human effort to deliver to the standards that are expected of a party that is a party in waiting for the presidency of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, when you informed me that I was going to be saddled with this responsibility alongside my other colleagues, I wanted to duck under that biblical saying that if this were to be a poison chalice, it should be removed from my side. But then I know this is actually a very, very important assignment. And it is an assignment that will set us apart from those who are Democrats and those who are monarchists.
The All Progressives Congress is to hold what its leaders have tagged a Salvation Rally in Abuja today. The national leadership of the party disclosed that the rally is a build-up to its presidential primaries coming up next month. The rally, which the APC described as the mother of all rallies, is to hold at the old parade ground in Area 10, Garki. As we predicted on Monday, the Ekiti State House of Assembly saga is not likely to end anytime soon. The APC lawmakers in the state spoke late Monday night to condemn the act of their PDP counterparts. The state government, speaking through its information machinery, also denies the involvement of Governor Ayo Fayose in the row and maintained that the act of the PDP lawmakers is in the best interest of the Ekiti people. Rashid has more.
The relationship between members of the once united House has turned to a cat-and-mouse game. APC lawmakers led by the Speaker, who spoke late Monday night outside Ado Ekiti, condemns the Monday sitting, even as the state government insists that whatever transpires in the House is for the overall interest of Ekiti people.
We needed to pass those 3 commissioners in the interest of Ekiti State. We are not looking at passing the commissioners wholesale. We are looking at what is in the best interest of Ekiti State, because the last government has plunged the state into so much financial mess.
As far as we are concerned, there was no sitting, and as a result of that, the sitting was illegal, and whichever action they might have carried out are illegal.
The state government tenaciously holds that a quorum of 10 members of the House was formed during the sitting, a position punctured by the APC, which claimed the 19-member APC is still intact in the House.
There were 10 members of the House of Assembly. As a member of the former Ondo State House of Assembly, I know that the quorum is 9, and I saw 10 people in that House of Assembly yesterday because I was there.
There was impersonation. If there were 10 people there, actually, it means there were 7 honorable members and 3 imported thugs that joined them.
The Speaker and his APC colleagues are, however, spoiling for war, even as the state government denies any involvement in the row ravaging the state legislature.
It's an affair of the State House of Assembly. The governor has no hand in it. He is not a personal beneficiary of any of the actions.
Sitting was an illegal sitting because, one, they did not even form quorum. And whatever we are going to do, you'll be hearing from us.
With both parties gunning for each other's throats, the last of this supremacy battle appears yet to be seen. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
And to Ogun State now, the complaints that have marred the ongoing voters' registration exercises again reared their ugly heads. It is a turn of residents of Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, this time around, as a demand for an immediate extension in order to be fully registered. Olajumoke Olatunji was there to monitor the exercise. She brought back this report.
In the Warden area of Abeokuta, pregnant women, nursing mothers and the aged who could not cope with the stress became tired, blaming the situation on improper and shady conduct of exercise by INEC.
The only thing that we are facing where the INEC doesn't have enough logistics in terms of the machine that they brought here. Because we have a lot of crowds that have been coming since the inception when we started the program. But we have high numbers of newly registered people. What we are appealing to the INEC now is if they can still give us some little days.
Since we have started the registration here, one machine that is given to us here is not enough for the large number of people that are staying in this ward.
Attempts to get INEC's reaction on the development was rebuffed by an official of the electoral body, Father on CBC, who said there was an order from above directing them not to speak to the press. The situation is now different at Reverend Kuti's compound as residents angrily lament their long stay on the queue.
The INEC official represented in each poll, they are not enough for the people that are coming.
The issue is I want to appeal to INEC to give us more another maybe 2 days, another 2 days. Maybe some people that don't register, but they can register.
The system is just only one, and which is not supposed to be so. And it's supposed to be more than 2 or 3 because the population is too much. If they continue using one, it's going to get worse. People will start wounding themselves, fighting.
Some have been here since 5:30, 6, 7, 8. So, as in, okay, 4. We've been on this queue since morning. We haven't gone inside. As in, they're even picking people inside, and that system is faulty.
Ogun State INEC Head of Operations Samuel Ogunjemilo, however, promised the Commission will address all complaints within 24 hours and make sure everyone is registered.
Equipment, we have enough equipment outside working. Even where we discover that the crowd is much, we deploy as to 2-3 machines to such places. But you just discover that our people, there are even a lot of people that don't have any business in being at that center. Yes, there is one local government, that is Imekwafon. We have taken up their case with our headquarters in Abuja, and they are sorting things out to print those cards and where the CVR will take place. It's only when we distribute their card that we can have where we will have the CVR, and we know that a definite day will be fixed for this.
Though the exercise was originally slated to end on Wednesday, political observers are of the opinions the INEC may further extend the registration following the massive complaints. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Abeokuta.
No, I'm not.
It's CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take this break. Stay with us.
Lagos, get ready to experience a roller coaster beyond what you knew about Fuji.
That's right.
K1 Live Unusual Concert. It's Fuji redefined by the king of Fuji himself, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshall, the ultimate. With breathtaking performances from Lagbaja, Tubaba, Victor Laya, DJ Jimmy Jat, Olamide, Sasha P, Honeybee, and many more. K1 Live Unusual, 21st of November at the Eco Hotel Convention Center. Hosted by King of Comedy, Alibaba, and Comedy by Bucci. Red carpet starts at 7 p.m. Tickets 10,000. Premium table 1 million. VIP table 2 million. State box 5 million.
Think you can handle it?
Tickets available at Niger Ticket Shop outlets in the Eco Hotel and Suites, Silverbed Cinemas in VI, Ikeja City Mall and Ozone Cinema in Yaba, or online at NigerTicketShop.com. For table bookings, call 09025 K1 Live or 0902 551 5483. Email glproductions@sodiumng.com. Supported by Lagos State Government, Lassa, Beat, Niger, Classic FM, Hip TV, Ray Power, Kenny's Music, Prime Time, BHM, Mega Screen, and EEC. K1 Live Unusual. Fuji redefined.
Welcome back. It's CoreTV News on the hour. Thanks for staying tuned. Don't forget that you can also catch us on our social media platform. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV_news or CoreTV News. At Twitter, at CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV_news. The Federation Account Allocation Committee has shared 593.33 billion naira amongst the 3 tiers of government for October. The amount is, however, 10 billion naira less than the 603 billion naira that was disbursed in September, in continuation of the trend of a progressive shortfall in distributable revenue for several months. They told journalists after a 2-day meeting that ended on Tuesday night that there was a slight improvement in VAT receipt.
The gross total revenue available for distribution is 536 billion 693. Now we take into consideration the transfer to Shua P, which is static, for 35.5 billion, then the transfer to domestic crude, and then you look at, after this deduction, it boils down to 484 billion 322. So the grand summary for the month of November is 484 billion
322. The VAT and the total distributable, and then we arrive at the grand total for the month of November is 593,338,000,000.
A legal practitioner, Monday Wani, and a public affairs analyst, Yinka Odumaki, have commended the federal government over the proposed austerity measures in the face of the downturn in the prices of crude oil around the world. They welcome the development as a good initiative and stress that inability to quickly curtail economic wastages could go as far as mortgaging the future of the country.
The political elites live in luxury. They live in opulent, what they call opulent, obscene wealth. They enjoy pleasure, If you see when they are going on the road, you see how many cars that are following them. You see how many security agencies that are following them, including an ambulance, in case, even doctors following them in case they fall sick along the way. So this issue of luxury, to a political elite, to the detriment of the masses, has always been there.
Now what's happening now, the drop in oil prices, is a rude awakening that every day is not Christmas, and that plenty can become empty. So if we do not understand how to tighten our belts, to diversify and begin to look at other areas of getting resources rather than living on oil receipt, we cannot make it. There's no country that has made great wealth by doing this rentier economy that we're doing, just collecting oil rent.
4 Israelis have been killed and 8 injured as 2 men armed with a pistol and meat cleavers attacked a West Jerusalem synagogue. The attackers, who were Palestinians from East Jerusalem, were also shot dead. There have been several deadly attacks and clashes recently in Jerusalem, which has also seen heightened tension over a disputed holy site. Israel has vowed to respond with a heavy hand to the attack, the deadliest in Jerusalem in 6 years. 3 of the victims were dual Israeli-US nationals, while the 4th was a dual Israeli-UK citizen. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blamed incitement by the militant group Hamas and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas for the attack. South Africa have already secured a place in the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations finals, but they head into the final group, a qualifier away to Nigeria on Wednesday evening, with a unique opportunity to eliminate the reigning continental champions. Having beaten Sudan 2-1 in Durban on Saturday thanks to goals from Sulani Seroro and Tokelo Ranti, Bafana have booked a ticket to the 2015 AFCON and will also finish top of the qualifying group regardless of the result in West Africa. However, with Nigeria placed second in the group and level on points with Congo, there is an opportunity for Sheikhs Masheba's team to eliminate the Super Eagles from the competition before it even kicks off in Equatorial Guinea in January. Simply avoiding defeat should do the trick, provided Congo can beat Sudan in Khartoum. And that's our news for this hour. Thank you for watching. Join us again. I am Gift Ogete.